look at the lineup we've got here this morning. A little bit bigger than yesterday, so that's low pressure really starting to focus and send us some beautiful lines. Look at that, just a sight for sore eyes here at Jeffreys Bay.
Unbelievable. We just had Miguel Pupo raising his hand to anticipate the countdown for the start. We're about 1 minute away. Horns on, contest is on, 35-minute battle underway with Michel Bourez and Miguel Pupo. And also coming up next, the big heat on paper that KP mentioned. Kelly Slater, 11-time world champ, 4-time J-Bay champ, takes on the local hero, Jordy Smith, who has a couple of J-Bay titles. Pupo getting the first wave, he'll step off. So priority is already going to start switching places. Bourez now is readjusting his positioning down the line.
Carmichael, a bit of a shocker yesterday. Waited around 30 minutes before he caught his first wave. Can't afford to do that today, but have a look at the set starting to approach the lineup here. Here we go.
Which one do you want? Pupo, remember, already stepped off of a wave. Too deep for that one. Up to the Spartan to get in position for an absolute bomb. Bourez driving down the line, ton of speed. He's too deep. So a lot of anticipation on the start. They'll reposition, and we'll start to settle a little bit here on the point.
Miguel Pupo went for a couple of big air reverses and came very close to pulling those off. We could have seen a different result there. So these top seeds do not want to be in round two.
Having a look now, Potts, Pupo up and out. Still just a quick ride as these guys are trying to settle a little bit. So the rest of the top five intact. This one setting up for Michel Bourez. Driving down the line, thinking about the pit. Now he's completely gone, traveling. Close turn. Ton of drive and momentum for Miguel Pupo. Swinging that first turn, passing Bourez. And just getting caught behind. So just good for one maneuver. Bourez incomplete in the barrel. 23 on the clock, still waiting for a big score. Michel Bourez kicking off the year with a back-to-back quarterfinals from Snapper to Bells Beach, but his highlighted event, Karama's finally runner-up to Isla Ferreira. This is Pupo. First turn, clean off the lip. Now just gunning for a second maneuver. Grabs the rail, looks to pull in. Doesn't quite get the section he was looking for. Another one maneuver ride for Pupo. Keeping things in that 1 point range. This heat is wide open.
You know, and it's once you get going, I mean, this wave you probably get going as fast as your board can go. So the smaller the board, the quicker you're going to pick up that speed. And, you know, with this bump and lump on the face of the wave, it's going to be really hard to navigate around the sections. Nice opening maneuver there from Miguel, and watch how fast he starts to get going. And literally that board is on such an edge, it's really hard for him to control it. Right there, you can see just the board just didn't handle that bottom turn, and unfortunately there for Miguel, goes down.
Back in action here with Michel Bourez and Miguel Pupo. Pupo running down the line. Still looking for a major section to work with. This one, he's going the distance. Set up off the top, getting a second turn out of the way. And hitting it hard down the line for a three-turn combo.
Focusing on getting that speed first, getting out on the open face before you start unleashing those turns. Michel Bourez, on the other hand, still trying to work it out. Let's have a look at Pupo here on his backhand. You can see him highlining, building that speed up to get himself out on the open face. Now the wave starts to slow up and allows him a couple of nice little turns. So nothing too crazy from Miguel Pupo, but starting to work it out, as you said. And that was definitely the best score so far.
Stretch it out before going for his first turn. Now Bourez looking to answer. Ton of momentum. Wind up for a massive float. Challenging lip section to read. One maneuver once again for Bourez, and he's out. Pupo adapting a bit and able to get three turns off. Potts. Also Michel Bourez, just a single float. A tricky one at that too.
Yeah, you can see how his stance is nice and wide, and you kind of need it. Look at the chop on that face of the wave there. Really difficult wave to ride there for Michel. I'd be waiting for the bigger sets, Joe, to be honest with you. I think the smaller ones seem to be rattling off really quickly and not really offering too much scoring potential.
This is Bourez trying to stretch one down the line. Clean power hook off the top. Another big connection for Michel off the lip. A nice lively float. Extends it for the finish. So turns in his version and answer to Pupo with a three-turn combo. Miguel setting up the backhand. looking to build on one of his fives. And he'll have to step off. So after winning the priority battle,
there you go.
Gives it straight away to Michel Bourez. And Bourez opening up this opportunity for himself, having priority out the back. Snaps it off the top. Running for a second turn. This thing is racing on the Tahitian. Now pulling in under the hood. A challenging barrel to ride. Going a pretty solid distance. Now Pupo's turn down the stretch. Just one maneuver section. Challenging conditions this morning. The best waves have been 3-turn combinations. Full surfers haven't been able to get out of the 5 range.
So things wouldn't have changed for me. I mean, and you heard Sean talk about that as well.
Now Michel Bourez making a move. During that catch-up with Thompson, Pupo lost priority. So back to business for the Spartan. A couple of huge forehand hooks. Exactly the wave he was looking for. Jamming it off the lip. Hard off the bottom. Quick float. Misses that step on the inside corner, and he's down. But the big message there is Pupo taking a wave, losing priority. Michel Bourez getting that opportunity to answer. And when he's just chasing a 4-point range score.
You know, the better you do, the more chance you get of being called up by the commissioner's office to continue your run. So Michel Bourez, definitely one of his better waves. This one you can tell just slowed up, had a different pace to it, Joe. So it allowed him to really hook into some big turns and really commit to them instead of racing down the line. 3 solid maneuvers from Michel Bourez. And kind of went down at the end here, but I think a lot of damage done nonetheless. I think that's definitely going to go up there as one of the best waves of the heat.
Spot round 3 on the line and avoid an equal 25th. Pupo making his decision now, 25 seconds. Setting up his first turn, just gunning down the line. Holding that speed well, hard off the bottom, belting it. Right on the money. Clean carve in transition. Speed jam off the roof, it's opening up, hollow section. Pupo hits it hard. Skips out on the way out of that ride and will be right on the bricks as the horn sounds. Decision in the hands of the judges.
6.83
is a big score putt.
Want to see them finish their waves off. So important to start strong and finish really strong here at Jeffreys Bay. Sort of a mid-sized wave too, so it's not got that size that really is going to throw that score into the up into that excellent range. So a nice opening turn there from Miguel. And again, just a nice little check turn. Another speed maneuver and then finishes bang off the top. Kind of jump straight off. I mean, that was a completed ride, yes, now that I look at it again, but is it going to be enough? 6.83. It'll have to be the best score of the heat.
Score for Miguel Pupo is 6.17. Not enough. Michel Bourez, world number 6, takes the win in a challenging matchup to kick off the morning. And we'll be off and running into round 3 to compete later on today.